Kierre caught herself before she sucked her teeth aloud, pushing the thought away violently. She would never give him the satisfaction of broaching the subject and watching him gloat. "She's resting, but it's not good," Cavan replied tightly. Turning, she saw him gripping the steering wheel tightly, the emotion in his face as he talked about Lily Dale's condition. Cut the man some slack, damn. She is his mother. That reasoning was back for a second time. Kierre silently snorted, rolling her eyes as she turned away and asked nothing else. She would never give him any slack, not ever a moment's peace if she could help it. What he'd done was unspeakable, and she never wanted him to forget. "We're here," Cavan spoke again some 10 minutes later as the hospital parking lot came into view. "She's weak, so try not to upset her," Cavan told his daughter, looking her in the eye. Kierre caught an immediate attitude. "I would never do anything to upset Granny," she fired back. "Unlike some of us," she added, climbing out of the truck and quickly stomping ahead of her father inside the hospital's entrance. Cavan took a deep breath, wanting to say something, but biting his tongue and instead following his willful daughter inside. Kierre waited for him at the elevator, no other words exchanged as they entered the car and stood on opposite sides. That's how it had been for as long as she could remember. They were always at odds. "You, too, are the most stubborn jackasses I know," Lily Dale was scolding Cavan one evening as Kierre eavesdropped. "I'm not stubborn," he fired back, careful not to be disrespectful. Lily Dale wasn't a big woman, but she was no joke either. "Yes, you are, and one of these days is going to bite you in the butt, you and your little twin." Lily Dale fired as both Cavan, in her sight, and Kierre, outside her sight, sucked their teeth and rolled their eyes. The soft dinging of the elevator broke the thought, and she quickly wiped the small smile from her lips after finding her father studying her intently. Kierre followed his lead as they walked down the ICU corridor, stopped at the wooden door with the single pane of glass, picking up the phone and being buzzed inside. The smell of sickness, pain, and lingering death slammed into Kierre with vengeance. She rapidly took in deep gulps of air to keep from vomiting. The stench was so overpowering. She knew part of it was the fear of not knowing, of not being able to help or having any control over what may happen to her grandmother.